This going live is right there. Good evening, viewers. Thank you for joining me. What a match we have tonight. The match between Arsenal and Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen is the second leg of the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. And what a crack of a match we have tonight. The first leg ended 1-1 at the Bay Arena, and what an intense match it was. Bayer Leverkusen were the first to score through Robert Andrich in the 46th minute, and then Arsenal had to rally back. They had to rally back and score towards the end of the match in the 89th minute through Kai Havertz. It was a penalty kick, so the match ended 1-1. So far in the Champions League this season, the Gunners have remained unbeaten. In the league phase, they won all their 8 matches. The only team to win all their 8 matches in the league phase. They finished with 24 points in the league phase, and they scored a total of 23 goals, conceded 4 goals. So they've remained 100%. They have the 100% record so far in this Champions League this season. And at the Emirates, that's where they're playing tonight. They've been formidable at the Emirates. They've really been formidable. And talking about Arsenal, under Mikel Arteta, under Mikel Arteta, they've shown so much tactical discipline. Defensively, they've been okay. The high press has been there. And in terms of set pieces, they've been magnificent. They've really utilized the set pieces. Talk about Arsenal. And when you talk about Bayer Leverkusen as well, Bayer Leverkusen too, in their match against Arsenal at the Bay Arena, we saw what they did. They really put up a good fight against the Gunners. And despite the fact that before Arsenal met Bayer Leverkusen at the Bay Arena, they had not drawn or lost any of their matches in the Champions League. Against Bayer Leverkusen at the Bay Arena, it was a draw. It ended in a draw. And so we have a match. The match is open. One match, one win, one ticket to the quarterfinal. The winner of today's match will be playing in the quarterfinals, and we have a match. And then the match ended 1-1 in the first leg. And what a match. Let me quickly read out the lineup. For Arsenal, in goal tonight, they have David Raya. In defense, they have Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel. They have Piero Incapié, sorry, beg your pardon. Then in midfield, they have Declan Rice. They have Martin Zubimendi. Then they also have up front Bukayo Saka, Ebere Chieze, Leandro Trossard, and Victor Gyökeres. So this is the lineup for Arsenal tonight. And let's look at the lineup for Bayer Leverkusen. In defense, they have Blaswich. Then in goalkeeping position, as the goalkeeper, they have Blaswich. Then for the defenders, they have Tapsoba, they have Robert Andrich, they have Kwanzaa. Then in midfield, they have Alex Grimaldo, they have Garcia, they have Palacios, they have Poku, and then up front they have Maza, Terrier, and Kofane. So that's the lineup for Bayer Leverkusen. Talk about Alex Grimaldo in the Champions League for Bayer Leverkusen. Is a top joint scorer. He's a top joint scorer alongside Patrick Schick. They scored 4 goals. For Grimaldo, he has scored 4 goals and provided 2 assists for Bayer Leverkusen. Why for Patrick Schick is not in the lineup anyway. He's not in the lineup. But then, talking about Patrick Schick, he also has 4 goals for Bayer Leverkusen. He has scored 4 goals and he has provided 1 assist. And talking about Arsenal, Gabriel Martinelli has scored the highest goal for them in the Champions League this season. He has 6 goals and 1 assist. And but Gabriel Martinelli is not going to be, he's not in the lineup. So let me read the lineup again for Arsenal. We have in goal David Raya. In defense, Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel. We have Incapié. Then in midfield, we have Declan Rice. We have Martin Zubimendi. Then we also have up front Bukayo Saka, Ebere Chieze, Leandro Trossard, and Victor Gyökeres. So that's the lineup for Arsenal. And what a match. As I said, 1 match, 1 win, 1 ticket to the quarterfinal. And talking about Bayer Leverkusen, they've won 3 matches in the Champions League. In the group phase, they won 3 matches. In the group phase, then they drew 3 matches and they lost 2 matches. They had to go through the playoff route to qualify for the round of 16. They met Olympiacos. And when they met Olympiacos, away to Olympiacos, they defeated Olympiacos by 2-0. And then when they hosted Olympiacos, the match ended in a goalless draw. So they qualified 2-0 on aggregate. And what the match we have tonight. One thing about tonight's match is that it's very much open. It's wide open. For Arsenal, they still have all to play for in this match. And in football, anything can happen. Anything can happen in the sense that the match between, while I was coming in, the match between Sporting and Bodo Glimt was ongoing. And Sporting was already leading by 2-0. And don't forget that last week, they lost to Bodo Glimt by 3-0. So, right, before entering the studio, it was 2-0. So, never say never. PSG, Chelsea, they're going to be playing tonight. Anything can happen, although Chelsea have a 3-0 disadvantage. I don't want to use the word disadvantage, but they have a 3-0 deficit. Anything can happen. There can be a turnaround. Real Madrid, Manchester City. Manchester City also have a 3-0 deficit. Anything can happen. So, what a blockbuster we have tonight. What a cracker of a match between Arsenal and Leverkusen. Now, let me quickly talk about Arsenal. They are road to the round of 16. By the way, the match will be played at the Emirates Stadium. Don't forget that last week, the first leg of this match was played at the Bay Arena. So this time around, it will be played at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal arrived the knockout stage after a perfect league phase campaign, winning all 8 matches to finish first and qualify directly for the round of 16. They didn't have to go through the playoff route. They qualified directly. They earned 24 points, 8 matches, 8 wins, 24 points, 23 goals scored, and 4 goals conceded. The Gunners have been perfect in the Champions League campaign. And they got 24 points from 8 games, as I said. And that's the best record among all the teams so far. Because amongst all the teams in the Champions League so far this season, the Gunners have had a 100% record. They've remained unbeaten. Even their last match, it was a 1-1 draw. So we'll see what happens today in the second leg. And let's quickly look at the 8 matches played by Arsenal in the league phase. In their first match, it was against Athletic Club, and they defeated Athletic Club by 2-0 away from home. Their second match was against Olympiacos, and they defeated Olympiacos 2-0. They were at the Emirates. They hosted Olympiacos, and they defeated Olympiacos 2-0. Their third match was against Atletico Madrid, and they defeated Atletico Madrid by 4-0. Their fourth match was against Slavia Prague, and they defeated Slavia Prague 3-0 away from home. Their fifth match was against Bayern Munich, and they defeated Bayern Munich 3-1. Their sixth match was against Club Brugge, and they defeated Club Brugge 3-0 away from home. Their seventh match was against Inter Milan, and they defeated Inter Milan 3-1 away from home. While their eighth match was against Kairat, and they defeated Kairat 3-2 at the Emirates. So in all, Arsenal scored 23 goals and conceded 4 goals. If you are just joining me, I'm live. I'm doing the match preview of the match between Arsenal and Bayer Leverkusen. And what a match it was last week at the Bay Arena, with Bayer Leverkusen scoring first in the 46th minute through Robert Andrich. And what did Arsenal do? They had to go all the way to the 89th minute to pull out an equalizer. So the match ended 1-1. So we still have a game to play for today. The match is very much open. And as I said, 1 match, 1 win, 1 ticket, and that's the ticket to the quarter-final. Talking about Bayer Leverkusen, they have never won the Champions League. They are yet to win the Champions League. Arsenal as well have never won the Champions League. So neither side have won the Champions League. But in 2006, Arsenal got to the final in 2006. But neither sides are yet to win the UEFA Champions League. Now, let's look at Bayer Leverkusen. For Bayer Leverkusen, in their way to this match, in their way to this second leg match, they finished 16th on the Champions League table with 12 points. As I said, they won 3 matches, they drew 3 matches, and they lost 2 matches. So they had to go through the playoff route. And when they went there, they met Olympiacos. They hosted Olympiacos, and they played away from home against Olympiacos. That was their first match, and they won. They defeated Olympiacos 2-0 away from home. And when they hosted Olympiacos, the match ended in a goalless draw. So Bayer Leverkusen qualified. They qualified for the round of 16 on a 2-0 aggregate in the playoff. Now let's quickly look at the matches played by Bayer Leverkusen. In their first match, they played a 2-2 draw with Copenhagen. That was a 2-2 draw. In the second match, they played a 1-0 draw with PSV. In their third match, they lost to PSG by 7-2. And what a match that was. It was a very high-scoring match with PSG scoring 7 goals, and Bayer Leverkusen hosting them had to score 2 goals. So the match ended 7-2 in favor of PSG. In their fourth match, they lost to Benfica by 1-0. They lost away from home. In their fifth match, Manchester City hosted them, and they lost to Manchester City by 2-0. In their sixth match, they played a 2-2 draw with Newcastle. In their seventh match, they actually lost to Olympiacos. Don't forget that they also met Olympiacos in the playoff. But prior to that, they had already met them in the league phase, where they lost to them by 2-0. And in their 8th match, they defeated Villarreal by 3-0. So in all, Leverkusen scored 13 goals and conceded 14 goals. In the league phase, in the playoff, they scored 2 goals, but in the league phase, they scored 13 goals and conceded 14 goals. So that is all about the matches played by Bayer Leverkusen. Now let's look at the head-to-head between these two teams. Head-to-head in the UEFA Champions League, the two teams have met only 3 times. They've met only 3 times, and in the 3 meetings, Arsenal have 1 win, and there have been 2 draws. Apart from Arsenal having 1 win, there have also been 2 draws between them. And in the 3 meetings as well, in the 3 encounters, Arsenal has scored 6 goals, and Bayer Leverkusen has scored 3 goals. And let's look at their performances in their different leagues. In the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen are 6th on the Bundesliga table. They are 6th with 45 points. While in the Premier League, Arsenal are 1st and they have 70 points. Talk about the Premier League. In the last match played by Arsenal against Everton, what a match that was. When everybody thought that the match was going to end in a draw. And then we saw Gyökeres. And Gyökeres scored, and the young lad that also scored, that became the youngest Arsenal player to score in the Premier League and the youngest player to score in the Premier League at the age of just 16 years and 73 days. So that was their last match against Everton. Their last match against Everton was a 2-0 victory to Arsenal. So in the Premier League, Arsenal are still 1st on the Premier League table. They are 9 points ahead of 2nd place Manchester City. They are 9 points ahead, and they are gunning for their 1st title after over 20 years. They are gunning for their 1st title after over 20 years. So that's how they have fared so far in the Premier League. Talking about Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. In the Bundesliga, they are 6th on the Bundesliga table with 45 points. And one thing about Arsenal in this Champions League and this season, Arsenal have really shown a strong defensive record. Even in the Champions League, take a look at the Champions League. In 8 matches, now let's say, it's 9 matches now because they played the first leg last week. In 9 matches, they've conceded 5 goals. They've conceded 5 goals in 9 matches. And even in the Premier League, in the Premier League, they've conceded only 22 goals. They've conceded 22 goals in the 31 matches they've played so far. So defensively this season, Arsenal have been solid. They've really been solid defensively. And kudos to their coach, Mikel Arteta, for that. They've really held a strong defensive record. And attacking-wise as well, they've been brilliant. The high press, the possession football, they've really been brilliant. And the tactical discipline under Mikel Arteta is top-notch. So Arsenal have really, really been brilliant. Bayer Leverkusen are no leftover as well. Look at what they played against Arsenal. They really went, that was a keenly contested match. It was really a keenly contested match. So Bayer Leverkusen as well have not fared badly this season. They've not fared badly in the Champions League at all, especially defeating Olympiacos. They've remained unbeaten in their last 3 matches in the Champions League. The first one was against Olympiacos in the playoff where they won, and the second one also was the return leg where it was a goalless draw, and the third one was the one they played last week against Arsenal. So they've remained unbeaten in their last 3 matches. That's talking about Bayer Leverkusen. So they are not left out as well. Now looking at the goal scorers of these two teams, I said it earlier. I said for Bayer Leverkusen, Patrick Schick, the man from Czech Republic, has scored 4 goals for them. He has scored 4 goals and he has 1 assist. And also Alejandro Grimaldo has 4 goals. He has 2 assists for Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League this season. And for Arsenal, the man Gabriel Martinelli has the highest goals for Arsenal. He has 6 goals. And after Gabriel Martinelli, there's also Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres in the Champions League this season has scored 4 goals in 6 matches. And they have Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke also in the Champions League has scored 3 goals in 4 matches. So those are Arsenal's top 3 scorers in the Champions League. Top 3 scorers. First one is Gabriel Martinelli with 6 goals and 1 assist. Second is Victor Gyökeres with 4 goals in 6 matches. And then we have Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke has 3 goals in 4 matches. So that's all. Now looking at the current form of both teams, for Arsenal, I said earlier that they won their own last match. They defeated Everton by 2-0 at the Emirates Stadium. I mean, when everybody thought that they were going to lose the match, they won. So let's look at the last 5 matches played by Arsenal. On Saturday, March 14, that was last Saturday, they defeated Everton 2-0. On Wednesday, March 11, they played a 1-0 draw with Bayer Leverkusen. That was the first leg of this match. Then on Saturday, March 7, in the 5th round of the FA Cup, they defeated Mansfield Town by 2-1. Then on Wednesday, March 4, they defeated Brighton in a Premier League match by 1-0. Then on March 1, they defeated Chelsea by 2-1. So those are the 5 matches. Those are the last 5 matches played by Arsenal. So on current form, Arsenal have 4 wins and 1 draw in their last 5 matches. Now let's look at Bayer Leverkusen. For Bayer Leverkusen, in their own last 5 matches, they have a win. They have a win and they have 4 draws. 1 win, 4 draws. And then on Saturday, 14 match in the Bundesliga, they played a 1-0 draw with Bayern Munich. That was last Saturday, 1-1, and that's their last match they played. So they played the draw in their last match, and that was against Bayern Munich. 1-0 draw. Then on Wednesday, March 11, they played the 1-0 draw with Arsenal. Of course, that's the first leg of this match. Then on Saturday, March 7, in the Bundesliga, against SC Freiburg, they played a 3-0 draw, 3-3. Freiburg 3, Leverkusen 3. Then on Wednesday, March 4, in the Bundesliga, they defeated Hamburg 1-0 away from home. Then on February 28th, in the Bundesliga, they played a 1-0 draw with Mainz. So those are the last 5 matches played by Bayer Leverkusen. If you are just joining me, I'm live here. I'm doing the match preview of the match between Arsenal and Bayer Leverkusen. The match will start by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. 9 p.m. That's when the match will be played. And let's quickly look at the first leg of the matches played so far. In the first leg, let me quickly talk about the first leg of the matches played so far. Galatasaray defeated Liverpool 1-0. So we have a match tomorrow as well. We have another blockbuster tomorrow when Galatasaray will be visiting Liverpool at the Anfield. The first leg of the match was played at the Rams Park in Turkey. So they are going to go to, we have a return leg at the Anfield tomorrow. Also, in the first leg, Newcastle played a 1-0 draw with Barcelona. So amongst all the Premier League teams in the Champions League, it was only Arsenal and Newcastle that were not beaten in the first leg. Newcastle played a 1-0 draw with Barcelona. So they have a return leg at the Camp Nou. They have a return leg in Barcelona at the Camp Nou. Atletico Madrid defeated Tottenham by 5-2. 5-2. That was the scoreline between Atletico Madrid and Tottenham. Atalanta lost to Bayern Munich by 6-1. So and then also in the first leg, Bayer Leverkusen played a 1-0 draw with Arsenal. We already talked about that. PSG defeated Chelsea 5-2. Whether Chelsea will rally back and come back, I mean, this is football. In football, anything can happen. We've seen teams that have gone 4-0 down and have fought back and have gone ahead to win. So this is football, and in football we know that football is not mathematics. Anything can happen in the game of football. But then the first leg of the match between PSG and Chelsea ended 5-2 in favor of Paris Saint-Germain. Then Bodo Glimt defeated Sporting 3-0. So when I was coming into the studio, I was following the match between Bodo Glimt and Sporting were leading by 2-0 already. The first leg of the match ended 3-0. So when I was coming in, Sporting were already leading by 2-0 in the match. Then also last week, Real Madrid defeated Manchester City 3-0. Wow, 3-0. So we get to see the outcome of the match tonight. That's talking about the reverse fixture. We get to see the outcome of the match tonight. Now let's look at the matches that will be played today. Before I go ahead, if you are just joining me, I'm live and I'm doing the match preview of the match between Arsenal and Leverkusen. The match will be played at the Emirates Stadium by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. The first leg of the match ended in a 1-0 draw. Robert Andrich scored the first goal for Leverkusen in the 46th minute before Kai Havertz scored back in the 89th minute. That was the dying minute of the match, and the match ended 1-1. It was a penalty kick by Kai Havertz, and then the Gunners had to fight their way back to still be in contention for this match. And what a match we have tonight. And if there's anything about tonight's match, it is very much open. We have a game, we have the match, and we have the ticket to the quarterfinal. The winner of the match on aggregate will qualify for the quarterfinal. Let me read today's fixtures. Sporting versus Bordeaux. The match was already being played and it was 2-0 as at this recording, 2-0. Chelsea PSG, the match will be played by 9 p.m. Nigerian time tonight. Manchester City Real Madrid, 9 p.m. Nigerian time tonight. Then of course the match of the day, Arsenal Leverkusen, 9 p.m. Nigerian time tonight as well. For tomorrow, Barcelona will take on Newcastle. The match will be played by 6:45 p.m. Nigerian time. Tottenham will be hosting Atletico Madrid, and the match will be played by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Liverpool will be at the Anfield, and they will be playing host to Galatasaray. The match will be played by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. And Bayern Munich will take on Atalanta. The match will be played by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Before I leave the studio, let me quickly read the lineup for tonight's match. Let me quickly read the lineup again for tonight's match. For Arsenal, in goal, we have David Raya. And in defense, we have Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel, and we have Piero Nkapie. Then in midfield, we have Declan Rice, we have Martin Zubimendi. Then we also have Bukayo Saka, Eberechi Eze, Leandro Trossard, and up front we have Victor Gyökeres. Then for Bayer Leverkusen, in goal, we have Blazwich. In defense, we have Tapsoba, we have Robert Andrich, we have Kwanzaa. Bayer Leverkusen, they are playing the 3-4-2-1 formation. We have Alex Grimaldo, we have Garcia, we have Palacios, we have Poku. Then up front, we have Maza, Terrier, and then we have Kofani. So that's the lineup. What the match is going to be tonight. We look forward to a blockbuster. What's your take on tonight's match? Who do you think will win the match tonight? Like we saw the first leg, we saw a very, very compact game, keenly contested match. I was here. I remember that I was here. I did the preview of the first leg of the match. And then we saw, Arsenal, they are used to high pressing and, possession football, going out, attacking, the way they dominate matches. But then in the first leg of the match, Leverkusen were able to contain them. They were really able to contain them. They were playing at home at the Bay Arena. They were able to contain them, and they were even the first to score in the 46 minutes of the match. And then Arsenal, they had to dig it out. And then they had to score at the very dying minute of the match in the 89th minute. So what's your take on tonight's match? Who do you think will win? Arsenal now, and they're going to be playing Arsenal will also be playing in the final of the Carabao Cup. That's the EFL Cup this Saturday. It's Arsenal Manchester City. What a blockbuster that match is going to be as well. The final of the Carabao Cup. So in the Premier League, they are well positioned. They're really doing well in the Premier League as well. And now they're going to be playing against Bayer Leverkusen in the second leg of the Champions League. So what's your take on tonight's match? Who do you think will win tonight's match between Arsenal and Leverkusen? The winner of tonight's match, of course, will qualify. And don't forget that Arsenal, as I said, they've already gone unbeaten so far. In 9 matches in the Champions League this season, they've remained unbeaten. They've won 8, they've drawn 1, they scored, they played 9 matches now. So now they've scored a total of 24 goals and they have conceded 5 goals. That's talking about Arsenal. So they have a perfect record. They really have a perfect record. For Bayer Leverkusen, in the Champions League, if you are going to add the playoff match, they played, because they played two playoff matches now, the first leg and the second leg. So we are going to add that one to it now. We are now going to say that they have 4 wins now, 4 wins, because in the league phase of the Champions League, they only won 3 matches. So with the playoff, they had 1 win. So that's 4 wins now, 4 wins, 2 losses, and 4 draws. 4 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. So that is Bayer Leverkusen's journey so far in the Champions League. So what's your take on tonight's match? I have to go now. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm coming back to give you the full back and the full gist of, I'm coming back to give you the full gist of anything or everything that goes down in tonight's match. Thank you for joining me. I'm signing out. It's a girl, Top C. Thank you.